Oh, what the JoJo is this? Hello everyone, welcome back to more Friendsim by the lovely people over at Hive Swap's creative teams. Today, we're going straight into it. We've over halfway through everything. We met a soft boy who is literally just James Roach. And we met the epitome of the kid that says, I have the power of God and anime on my side. Ah! So now we go on to volume 11. Oh, it's the piercings kid that I remember seeing, and I was like, wait a minute. How's he doing that? And we got, I think the bookworm, I can speak. Jade Blood. I think they made a lot of Babysitters Club references from her, if I'm remembering my troll calls, which I probably am not. So, of Pals and Promises, Made and Broken. Click. Another night. Another long, long walk. Despite the blisters, you've started to feel truly optimistic. You've got a lot going on for you these days. True, you're still technically a castaway on a hostile planet with absolutely no hope of rescue. But if you're completely honest, Earth was pretty terrible too. I'm sure 98% of everyone here is a psychopath who would rip your face off as soon as look at you, but it's the other 2% that are really gonna make it all worth it. Awesome. Okay, so I'm nervous about you suddenly with the knives. What's... Oh yeah, she a Doki Doki Literature Club. Oh, is she Yuri? Oh gosh. I'm gonna go with Mr. Piercing Boy, Malik Adalov. That sounds almost like a human name. Malik Adalov. And maybe you're pushing your luck at this point. A reasonable person would just hit up one of their many, many new friends and find a place to crash. But the night is young, so to speak, and you have a good feeling about this particular desolate stretch of road. You're just wondering where you could hide out for the day. When a long car pulls up next to you on the street, you hunch your shoulders and keep walking, hoping that they're just here for the scenery. But you are literally the scenery here, so when the back door opens and 2 trolls lumber towards you, you can't say you're surprised. Oh! The dude has a limo? Jeez. Is he a streamer too? Because he's got a webcam set up. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Is he a Triza fan? Kind of looks like it, though. That just made be like the tons of televisions that he's got in here, and he's got a bar. Anyway. You're a little surprised when they grab a hold of one of your arms and drag you into the car. Up until now, you found trolls to be surprisingly chatty. You aren't expecting the assault and ask questions later approach. The car takes off before you have time to catch your breath. You will never catch that breath. It's blocks behind you now. It's loose. And there you are without your breath, face to face with a troll who's leaning back on his bench seat. Just straight chillin'. The dome light glints off his blue eyes and what someone less hip than you might describe as way too many piercings. He has them in his ears, nose, and eyebrow. He even has a couple in his horn. His hair is shaved in a daring undercut, and his teeth are sharp. Yo. Do 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 do. Pretty cool, you cerulean blood. Oh, this is definitely James Roach, man. I'm turning down the volume on my end, maybe on your end too. I'm not sure how loud this is. Yeah, it's pretty loud. Okay, I'll turn it down a smidge. That should be better, I hope. Click back in. Okay, let's see. Cool boy, too many piercings. Okay, but we know that this is going to be one of our, like, a protagonist's favorite trolls. I got the feeling. I've seen him wearing the hoodie, so there's something there, at the very least. So let's see if I can find a good voice for this guy. Hey. Hey yourself. Or hey, I'm pretty sure calling him an a-hole would just ruin everything. So, hey. You murmur a hello while trying not to meet those alarming blue eyes, because although you've amassed quite a cache of high bloods, you know what blue typically means for you. Yikes o'clock. You don't love the idea of throwing yourself out of a moving vehicle, but you also don't love being stuck inside of one with a high blood. And past evidence has shown that although wild acts of foolhardy daring and end in pain and embarrassment, you have nothing against being killed yet. No, you have... Okay, let me try reading that again. Okay. In the past, evidence has shown that although wild acts of foolhardy daring end in pain and embarrassment, you have not actually been killed yet. If you didn't die then, you probably won't die now. That is 100% how probability works. Whoop, you open the door, and before the troll or his ruffians have a chance to protest, you ollie out of there. You were right, you don't die, but it sucks. Wait, did we just get... We got the bad ending. What? Okay, I just thought playing it cool and not insulting the dude would be so much better, but sweet plant. Okay. Whoop, whoop. Let's do that again. Load, scum. Hey yourself, jerk. Oh dang, some of your newfound self-confidence just bubbled out of you like spit up from an infant. This is gonna go bad fast. Oh, he likes the sassy. But instead of immediately murdering you, he looks you up and down, checking you out all in your ragged glory. He smiles, slow and lazy. It does things to your guts. Friendship things. His smile stretches wider, going slightly lopsided from his piercing. He looks like he likes what he sees, even if what he sees is being a rude son of a gun. Fair. I did just get my boys to drag you off the street. I get how that is. A little not chill. Sorry about that. I'm Malik. Malik doesn't look too sorry, but you're distracted by one of his boys, who is looking at you through a familiar pair of eyes hidden behind a fall of dark bangs. Diamond! Hey, buddy! You're alive! Hey, how's it going? We haven't had a lot of rust bloods. I wouldn't forget you. So how's it going? Okay, let's see if I can see if I can remember your voice. Okay, it's been a couple weeks. Okay. Hey, I was wondering if you remembered me? Remember? You doubt you'll ever forget, even with extensive therapy. Aww. Yeah, sorry about the cloak and laser stuff. I just couldn't let anyone else get their fronds on you first. You know. He was actually looking for you? Like, specifically? For sure, dude. I've been following you. Really? You feel like you would have noticed someone like him. He doesn't exactly blend in. Malik holds up his palm husk with the Chitter app open. You recognize your own profile. Your follower account has gone up significantly since the last time you checked. Right. So everyone's going on about this new Chitter account. Alien invasion of one. Figure it is a publicity stunt or imperial propaganda. Uninteresting, not worthy of my time. But then I start thinking, what if it's not? If this genuinely is an invasion, how the hell have they survived this long? The drones should have obliterated a coal-bait son of a gun like you right away. That's literally what I said. They should have taken your hornless head off peregrees ago. They haven't. Why? Is what I keep asking myself. Then I figured out how you must be doing it. Without meaning to, you lean towards him. Have you finally found someone who understands and appreciates just how terrific you are at friendship maneuvers? Who really gets your area of study? You're a robot. You got me. I'm a gay robot. Okay, okay. Oh, dang it. Not even close. But he's so obviously avidly interested in you that, well, you tell a tiny little fib. What? No. You don't tell him I'm a robot. Hell yeah. Hey, this is kinda crazy. I didn't know you were a robot. Wild. Guess it makes sense, though. You did have a sixth sense for meat and where to find it. Malik looks intrigued. A meat tracker? That is interesting. Sure. You hope he doesn't try to test that functionality. You doubt you'll have another meat miracle in you. But all he does is keep giving you piercing looks. Ha! In between texting furiously. Then he snaps a photo of you. Oh no, he's not gonna post that on Chitter. #robot. You can't be a hashtag. Everyone will know you're lying and blow up your cover, not to mention your mentions. Don't worry about that. Social media gives me hives. I've got a Gorgle alert set for certain combination of words. Oh, we outside. After Zebra's place, you're kind of expecting another lavish palace. But when you get out of the car, you see that Malik isn't indigo. He's cerulean, like Elward and Remele and that one girl who kept boys in cages. Also, you're starting to think people's hives have more to do with their tastes than caste. Amnesia had a homely little art studio, and Tagora had all those vases and stuff. Before he leads you inside the apartment building, Malik turns to Diamond and the other Lowblood and starts messing around on his palm husk again. Nice job, guys. I'm rerouting a Scythian drone shipment as we speak. Treyaf, I'm sending you those DVDs you wanted. They'll be at your hive when you arrive. The Bronzeblood ruffian bows to Malik. He looks a little uncomfortable and pats him awkwardly on the arm. And Diamond, I'll send your stuff to, that shrub you live in? Thanks, man. You know my offer still stands. I got a couple extra coops if you get sick of living rough. Diamond shrugs. Thanks, but I can't be tied down. Nice to see you again. Hanging out, chilling and relaxing all cool and looking at the disgusting sink. What the hell? Okay. You and Malik ride the elevator all the way to the top of the Hive Stem, and he leads you to a surprisingly tasteful loft apartment. Come on, my stuff is upstairs. Isn't the whole apartment his stuff? Yeah, technically. Let's go upstairs, though. Okay. Longboard. A raccoon that looks like it's strung to the walls. Man, your place is a mess. It's driving me insane, but I like that you got the like a literal joystick to help you play games. So swish. Anyway, he brings you up to a higher level that has a raccoon shoved against one wall, and a couch shoved against the other. But they're both afterthoughts to and just an ungodly amount of computer stuff. Right when you got here, you probably wouldn't have been able to tell that's what it was, but you're used to Alternian's weird bug tech. I can read and I can breathe. Squishy and organic and almost certainly alive, at least in the way that plants are alive, though a couple wires in there are definitely slithering. Malik sits down in front of one of his screens and wakes it with a single swipe of his claws. He gestures you lazily to one of the several office chairs. It squeaks as you sit down and sinks a little under your weight. He proceeds to ignore you as he slides a little pair of thin-framed glasses onto his nose, typing a list of commands into a text box. Then he pushes himself across to another screen with an alert flashing on the corner. You know what this is adding up to. He's an IT guy. No, I prefer to be called... Oh. Crap. Huh? I have this joke I do where someone calls me a hacker and I say... I prefer the term information specialist. But now that is ruined. Aw, crap. Hacker is totally your next guess. You can do it again. Nah, moment's gone. No worries. So he's a hacker. That's pretty cool. And subversive. You wonder if he's part of Tizia's secret anti-government movement. You almost asked, then stop yourself at the last second. Yeah, it's kind of bad form to bring up, you know, secret clubs and movements just out of the blue. Whatever Tizia's anarchist leanings are, you aren't gonna blab them to this rando cerulean. As much as you love to meet new friends, you really aren't about to throw one under the scuttle buggy for no reason. Yeah, not a lot of blues get down to that sort of thing. Gold bloods are better with tech. They got that live-in battery noise, you know how it goes. All the gold bloods you met have been... Well, Azdaja did have the scouter thing, and Kuprim hacked a phone, or something. Whatever, it was a while ago. Zebedee mostly just liked fanfic. I skipped that bad ending, oh gosh. Interesting. You'd think they'd all have programmed you with cultural stereotypes. Huh? Oh, right, you're a robot. You wonder how a robot's supposed to act. You sit up straighter and think about circuit boards. Malik messes around with more of his computer and frowns. Then he frowns some more. Then he reaches down and picks up one of the thick purple wires from the mess on the ground. He pauses. Apparently he isn't sure where to stick it. He glances around to you, and you cross your legs before you can pull your dress up and start searching for external ports. Because nope, not happening, dude. I don't remember that in Chobits. Then again, I only read like the first chapter of Chobits. Anyway. You don't have any network connections, so I've got to use an Ethernet. Don't be lame. You aren't trying to be lame, you just don't want things in orifices. Eventually you compromise and let him stick it into your armpit like you're a baby having your temperature taken. You watch him tap away at his screen, marveling at your ludicrous choices you've made in your life that have led you to a troll sticking a wire up your armpit because he can't find your Wi-Fi signal. You sit down as his brow furrows further and his frown gets more pronounced. His annoyance bounces him out of his laid-back cool guy attitude. A blinking purple light flashes on his piercings. Maybe my tech isn't compatible. One of the wires is coming toward you, and for a second you think you finally found a piece of technology that's actually alive. But then you see a little flicker of movement at the end of it and realize it's a white snake with beady, intelligent eyes. Ah, a Lucis. Don't be scared. He won't hurt you. He's just checking everything out. Of course not. Why would you be afraid of a giant snake winding up your legs? Everybody is really about your legs. You need to get a pair of pants. Is the snake checking you out for artificial parts? Are snakes particularly sensitive to technology? Is it because they're long? Weird. This is a radical situation. I have no idea what to make of you, dude. Ugh, you feel like such an idiot. Can you really continue to live this lie? Oh, tell him you're... Okay. I'm thinking I should tell him the truth. You kind of... Okay, I'm not a robot. You brace yourself. In your experience, dealing with the fallout of your deceptions is never pleasant. You expect him to throw you out, or at least get a snake into the face. Instead, Malik just sags back into his desk chair, which settles with a depressed little squeal. He takes off his glasses and drops them into his desk, palming at his eyes. It strikes you how exhausted he looks. You thought the dark smudges were eyeliner, but they might actually be eyeliner and despair. You wonder if now's the time to start apologizing. You are getting really good at apologies. It's chill. I was the one who grabbed you off the street. You were probably scared of what I'd do to you if you weren't what I hoped you were. Well, more like you were worried about the friend opportunity you'd swirl down the drain, but yeah, okay. You were also a little scared. You still are. It's a total body-encompassing ambient fear that's always buzzing in the background of everything you do in Alternia. So subliminal that sometimes you wonder if it's the total opposite, the complete absence of fear. That is deep, man. In retrospect, it is pretty stupid to assume a robot is going to solve my problems. Very true. In your limited experience, mo robots, mo problems. Yeah, it was just something new, you know? Something I haven't tried yet. What is it exactly that he's trying so hard to do? Seems to be pretty well off, what with the hacking drones and stuff like that. Malik laughs. Yeah, hacking drones. That is all bull. His Lucis curls around his ankle affectionately. He gives him a little nudge. His palm husk rings and he pulls it out of his pocket and just looks at it for a couple seconds. I can't deal with this right now. Come on. He heads down to the lower floor, waiting at the bottom of the steps to see if you're following. You are, albeit nervously. You're having a hard time reading Malik. Maybe it's all the piercings. It just gets worse when he calls the elevator and then stands back. After you. You expect swinging blades to come at you, but they don't. You expect Malik to attack, but he doesn't. He just slumps moodily back into against the elevator wall and closes his eyes. His palm husk rings again and his jaws clenches. You okay, dude? Are you gonna die? The elevator goes past the lobby and then goes past the basement to the sub-basement. What is the sub of a sub-basement? Dude, what? The sub-basement is just a square dungeon-like space, damp trickling down the walls. Your stomach crumples and your heart bounces into your throat. Oh no, is this Malik's cerulean murder dungeon? Phantom pain presses against your ribs and arm. But Malik just leads you through the gap in the wall that you initially took for a shadow. It opens into a tunnel with rough stone walls and dirt-covered floor. It's clearly man-made, or troll-made. The air grows damper and the sound of rushing water gets closer and closer. What? You emerge from the tunnel and find yourself on the bank of a wide underground river. Malik sits down at the edge of the Overlook. Sit down. Sorry. This is not as comfortable as the loft. Oh man, Malik brought you to his special place. I don't know if you call it special, but it is a place I come a lot. You sit down next to him. You get how this could be pretty zen. You just watch in the dark water flow by. The walls glow with an eerie bioluminescence, digging craters underneath Malik's tired eyes. Also, he pulls his phone and shows you the screen. No husk signal. This is the only place I can really unplug. Kind of relaxing, you know? Oh yeah, you can imagine the demands of being an information specialist could really put a dent in your chill. Yeah. You sit down with a rock dragging into your butt and allow yourself to appreciate just how deep this gesture of trust really is. Even after you lied to him, he wants to tell you his life story. Aw, you love life stories. You ask him what exactly he wants to do with your not-existing robot laurels. He said something about reprogramming drones, didn't he? Could he be part of the Resistance? Oh, what? Oh, you mean all that low-blood rights stuff? Nah. What is even the point? That's a great way to get cold. But he helped Diamond and the other little guy. Yeah, but they're cool, and I was paying them for services rendered. Roughing you up. He nudges you with his elbow. So far, I've been able to do is reroute delivery drones, just some weak sauce stuff like that. That is a pretty pathetic way to mess up the system. You aren't sure you get what he's about. Why care about screwing up the system if you don't want revolution? I guess I wouldn't mind revolution. Alternia is alright. Well, for me it is alright, not for everybody. I'm not so myopic to think that I don't have better... Okay, let me try reading that sentence again. I'm not so myopic to think I don't have it better than a lot of trolls, and I'm not one of those bulge biters who wank off about the sanctity of the blood and how low bloods deserve what they get. They don't. It blows. I don't blame them for feeling bad or whatever. I just gotta worry about myself. That is all I got energy for. Well, he does seem to be doing pretty okay. Like he has that sweet pad. Yeah. For half a sweep, maybe. Then it is all gone. Everything I've worked for. And I'm up in space. Oh, he's almost an adult too. Right, the space war. Sounds like a huge drag. Yeah, dude. He tosses a rock in the dark water below. But that is the plan, right? If I own the drones, I own the whole system. I own the heiress. They'd all be playing my game, with my rules. His eyes glint in the semi-darkness, and so does the little hint of a fang as he smiles. His piercings light up like tiny points of fire. You tell him that that sure sounds like revolution talk to you. Possibly villain talk. He grins like you're flattering him. Right, but I'm sweeps away from that, and other hackers won't. I mean, I work alone. I'm not a psionic. I can't use mind honey. It won't kill me. It won't kill me the way it would a Rusty, but I definitely get the runs. And I don't have sweeps. I have months. Maybe pedigrees. They use months on Alternia? That's a weird thing to think about. How they're like, yeah, we got sweeps, pedigrees, months. Wait, are we on level 413? I'm looking over at the side over there where it says 4-1 and then another number that I can't see. Anyway, you ask him if he thinks things are gonna be really bad for him up in space. Like I said, I'm not a psychic, so no one's gonna turn me into a battery. They'll make me a soldier or a spy. What about his hacker skills? Oh yeah, check out my illegal activities. Please give me a good assignment. Hell no. Yeah, you couldn't really put that on his resume. If I was a high blood, I could get away with it probably. Or they might think it was cute if I was a low blood. But a mid-class cast? Like, no way. There's gotta be something. He pulls out his palm husk and starts frantically tapping away. Wait, you thought he didn't have signal down here? Yeah, but I got a Wi-Fi hotspot. What am I, some kind of Luddite? He gestures one of his earrings. You aren't sure if he means his jewelry is the Wi-Fi hotspot or if that's troll gesture for you are an idiot. Hey buddy, you said you were gonna unplug. That's important to your mental health, isn't it? Getting off the internet once in a while. You can't really speak for yourself since you've only recently become an internet celeb. Malik waves you away. You make a grab for his palm husk. You aren't honestly sure why. Maybe you're trying to be flirty or playful or something, but because everyone knows there's nothing more flirty and playful than stealing people's stuff. People love that. You manage to snatch it away, but your floppy fingers fumble and you lose your grip. Malik's phone sails over the edge of the bank and into the dark waves below. That splash is going to sound your doom. Malik stares at the water, then stares at you. His mouth moves soundlessly. You threw my tech in the water. You threw my dog in the fire. No, okay, calm down. Malik puts his hand on your shoulder. Somehow, against all impossible odds, he's still gonna be chill. Wow, what a guy. Oh, no, we're dead. You hit the water before you know what's happening. It isn't freezing, but it sure as hell isn't balmy either. The current grabs you and tugs you under. Your knees and elbows scrape up rocks and your dress tangles around your legs and makes it hard to kick back towards the surface. The water's so dark you don't know where the surface is. Just when you're making peace with the fact that your grave is gonna be some watery one, something grabs you from behind and hauls you upward. You gasp down air, choking in more water than anything else. Whoop. Two strong hands push you back up the bank, then begin smacking you on the back. You don't think it'll help you cough up any water, but you do think it's gonna bruise. Oh jeez. He has non-existent nipple piercings. My bad, dude. That was reflex. You threw my stuff in the water, so I threw yours. Are you okay? You hack up some more water. Oh, I just noticed that his piercings don't follow the eyebrow. Sorry, I'm being nitpicky again. Okay. You hack up more gasp of water and give Malik a thumbs up. He's as wet as you are. His hair slicked up his forehead. He makes his eyes look huge and impossibly blue. He jumped in to save your clumsy butt. His shirt is gone. And hey, now you know the locations of 2 more of his piercings. You apologize for grabbing his phone. In retrospect, you should not have tried to be cute at the edge of a river. Yeah, you don't have to try. I mean, oh gosh. He just called us cute. Malik flushes. Oh my gosh. Right now you look like a drowned squeak beast. Sorry I screwed up your rumpus robe. I'll lend you something. Cool. You're kind of over this dress anyway. Hey. Malik twists his claws together. You aren't gonna tell people what I said earlier. Nope. I'm not afraid to go off planet. I just, you know. This time you do know. You tell him his secret is safe with him. You tell him his secret is safe with him, and you'll find any actual robots in your travel. You'll send him his way. Thanks. Here. He helps you to your feet. Dang, it's cold down here. I'll get you something when we get back upstairs, as long as you don't mind wearing my sign. You can't think of anything you'd like more, honestly. Yeah, we're wearing his hoodie. Yeah, and those things are called, I think, grub marks. I'm not sure if that ever will get brought up. I remember seeing it on the wiki when I was, like, looking up troll anatomy stuff. And, yeah, grub marks of some kind. I can't remember the actual terms, but yeah. But yeah, friendship. We only failed once. Okay, move on to the next one. Do. Boop. Another long night. Hostile planet. Earth's kind of bad, but not as bad as Alternia. And especially not as much as this girl's gonna be. What's with all the stabs? 1 out of 5 stabs. Okay. Bring it on, Jade Blood. You've had such good luck making friends lately that you feel almost popular, but at the same time, you feel a strange sense of loneliness that new friendship doesn't seem to penetrate. Maybe being the only one of your species, light years away from home, is starting to catch up with you, or maybe you're starting to understand why popular kids in movies seem so sad. A number of trolls you now like you, but do any of them truly know you? What you wouldn't give to hang out with someone you have real history with. Someone with whomst you don't have to do the introductory dance of, yes, I'm clearly an alien, no, I don't know what's going on. Someone with whomst you could reminisce about old times. Someone you've hung out with more than once. Right now, you're on the outskirts of town, and the rocky outcrops surrounding you are familiar. You're pretty sure that the entrance to the brooding caverns is around here somewhere. Your heart beats a little faster. Branya lives close to here. And talk about history. You two know each other deeply from hanging out once, and then seeing her again at her ex-Matespritz hive. Please, I'm pretty sure it was at Matespritz ship. I'm pretty sure it was ex-Kismissitude. But I don't know. Plus, you have a phone now. You have the power of the text first. You go get out the phone Connell gave you. Look at you go, reading an alien language and operating alien technology just fine. Does it make sense that you've learned how to read the new alphabet in weeks without anyone teaching you? Not really. But maybe your struggles in Spanish class in high school were just a fluke, and you've been a secret linguistic genius this whole time. No, I agree. Spanish is hard. I had better grades in college level Mandarin than I did in Spanish. Then again, my Mandarin, oh gosh, anytime I had to present in Mandarin class, it was really stupid. Because literally I was just like, my name is, and then my Chinese name, I am very tall, not short. Oh gosh. Yeah. I can't remember almost anything about Mandarin. Oh yeah, I think it was like 我是 Huang Mei. Yeah. Anyway, Caverns. Branya texts you back immediately, giving you directions for how to meet her in the caves. You head down, but before the Jade Blood Hive is in sight, a troll emerges from the shadows. At first you think it's Branya, but you freeze mid-wave when this new troll steps into the light. Branya doesn't wear glasses, and she's never glared at you like that. Oh boy, this is like a dating sim. Okay, she seems kind of angry. Linares. Okay. Let's see if I can get like a good kind of, trying to think of the character name that I'm trying to go for. Okay. Let's see if I can just make one up on the fly. It's you. I remember you. You were down here a few weeks ago. We have weeks too? What are pedigrees then? Bothering Bronya and distracting her when we almost had a Lucis stampede. Ouch. Is that really how Bronya has described your adventures together? It's silly for something that small to hurt your feelings when another recent friend nearly got you killed in a clown church. But you like to think you and Bronya formed a real connection. She never made you feel like you were bothering her. A real connection? Is that why you think you can just come down here and text her? Holy crap, is Linares reading Bronya's messages? How does Bronya know that she's been doing that? Are you a yandere girlfriend? Oh my gosh, you're a yandere girlfriend. Oh, I'm sorry. That's none of your business. Bronya and I are best friends, Moirails. I'm just looking out for her. She has a lot of Jade Blood responsibilities and doesn't need anyone shifty coming in to disrupt her. You have to wonder if Bronya would agree with this statement made on her behalf, and you're sure would like to see her in person and confirm for yourself. Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Why don't you tell me, what is the nature of your relationship? No, she's yandere girlfriend, or yandere Moirail so much. Oh man, we're up to 3 murder stabs. Why should I allow you to hang out with her? As your text message so boldly suggested. Bluffing has saved your butt in some bleak situations before, but you could also go on the offense here. You're concerned about Bronya's privacy now, and as her friend, maybe you shouldn't just look the other way. Make wild claims about your friendship with Bronya and save yourself, or what right does Linares have to creep on Bronya's phone? I'm leaning towards the bottom one. I got the feeling she's gonna stab us though, but it'll make for a good episode. Making sure I saved. Okay. What right does Linares have to creep on Bronya's phone? You pop up with all the self-righteousness you can muster. The nature of your relationship with Bronya is between you and Bronya, and you're not doing anything suspicious by wanting to see your friend. In fact, it seems a lot more suspicious that Linares is trying to intercept anyone who messages Bronya. What possible reason could she have to justify that? Well, I never. As I said before, I am Bronya's best friend. I take our relationship, and I mean my responsibilities as a friend very seriously. You press the issue, narrowing your eyes and crossing your arms over your chest. Her responsibilities as a friend, huh? Sounds kind of fishy. Fishy? Are you serious right now? Are you really coming down here and making fish puns like some kind of sea dweller? I mean, you are wearing violet-colored glasses. That is so suspicious. Who knows what Bronya decided to show you when you tricked her into trusting you? Not that we have anything to hide, but who knows? If you're at us all associated with sea dwellers, then we have a pretty big problem on our hands, don't we? You've heard of sea dwellers by now, but none of your friends have talked about them much. Mostly you've gathered that they dwell in the sea. You don't know why it would be extra bad for you to be one of them, but it's clear you need to backpedal. Before you try disowning your choice of fish-related phrasing, Linares advances on you. Obviously, I can't let you talk to Bronya now. You're way too suspicious. I think you and I should have a private conversation instead. At least your life is uneventful when you're unconscious. Oh, she invited us home? Oh, she is yandere. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at all the pictures of Bronya and her sign. And she's got a club with blood on it, an Iron Maiden with blood on it, and like a bunch of different books and things. I don't know, man. Scary, scary stuff. Okay, when you come to, you're sitting on a chair with your wrists tied. Your eyes adjust to the darkness. You realize that you're in a smaller cave than the big open caverns that led to the Jade Blood Hive. A light switches on and you can see that the cave walls are lined with bookshelves and there's a desk in the corner. There are books and notebooks and bulletin boards with what look like outlines and study guides pinned to them. And in front of you is Linares holding a knife. Hello, Yuri. Oh good, you're awake. This is my study cave. In the Jade Blood Hive, it's harder to concentrate because people break the rules and I get irritated, so I come here to do homework. That's all, just homework. Uh-huh. When you take a second look around the bulletin boards, you see a lot of what Linares has pinned up are pictures of Bronya. Together are a few pictures of Linares and Bronya together, but it's mostly just Bronya by herself and a couple of blurry photos of Bronya and Elward. What are you looking at? There's nothing to see here. She brandishes the knife in your face. And okay, yeah, sure, now you and she and her gigantic knife have your full attention and you're not looking at her creepy Bronya shrine anymore. I brought you here because your messages to Bronya were highly suspicious. I don't know you, and I don't trust you. You could be trying to see Bronya for nefarious purposes. So I brought you here to vet you. Now we can talk about what your real intentions are. So you're definitely gonna die in this cave, held captive by an unhinged Jade Blood who is convinced of your guilt from the moment you dared to text her best friend. That kinda sucks. You tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Oh, come on, stop playing the victim. If anyone is the victim here, it's me. I try so hard to be there for Bronya as her best friend, but she doesn't even... Linares stops abruptly. You see her lower lip start to tremble before she turns her face away from you. The sharp tip of the knife pointed at your throat droops a bit. Its dejected swing takes it dangerously close to your navel, and you try to subtly lean backwards in your chair. Linares interprets the noise of your distress that escapes your mouth as a noise of sympathy. It's fine, though. It's really fine. Our friendship is great. I wouldn't change anything about it. It's fine as long as she doesn't have any other friends. Because I'm her best friend. I should be the only one she needs. That's unhealthy. Linares' knife is now completely lowered, pointing at the floor. That gives you some hope. She seems to have forgotten about her Sea Dweller suspicions. Maybe if you can keep her talking about Bronya, the whole stabbing notion can be taken off the table, and she might even let you go. You rack your brain for all the knowledge of Alternian relationship dynamics that you've managed to compile during your time on this planet. Best friends. They have a special word for that, right? You tell Linares that you're sure Bronya doesn't need anyone else. If she and Bronya are Moirails, then Linares must be very special to her. What? I never said we were Moirails. That's not even the quadrant I want her in. Ooh. Wait, are you an auspicious? Are you into clovers? We have a club over in the background there, so I think that's what it is. Teach us the ways. I mean, never mind. How dare you make assumptions? Hello, knife point again. Oh crap, you meant to say that you thought her relationship with Bronya was perfectly fine. You figured they must be in a quadrant together because you're a clueless alien. You're bad. I get why you think that. It's probably so obvious that my feelings for her are very red. Oh, okay. We ain't clubs. We are red. Okay. Linares hangs her head and her shoulders shake. Tears roll down her cheeks, dripping onto her crisp collar shirt and the knot of her jade green tie. I know I don't have a chance. She doesn't think of me that way. I'm her loyal friend and second in command. That's all I'll ever be to her, no matter what. And I try to do a good job at being her best friend. Because what else can I do? If I'm her best friend, then at least I'm still in her life. At least I mean something to her. Oh, Linares, my poor psycho baby. Okay. Maybe it's the fact that Linares' knife hasn't come to any of your major arteries for a hot minute. Or maybe it's the tears. Either way, you feel sympathy encroaching on the monopoly that abject terror had previously maintained in your brain's economy. Think of the economy. You acted as a verbal sounding board or a sympathetic ear for some other troll friends while they dealt with crises of various kinds. Slipping into the role of therapist for someone who's holding you hostage at knife point is a new one for you, but unfortunately it's not much of a stretch. It seems like young trolls in Alternia have to deal with these heavy life issues by themselves, feeling so alone that they're willing to turn to an alien stranger to help them work things out. Then again, maybe life is that grim and isolating for human teenagers too, and you just never noticed before. Oh, it is. It is. College age too, man. Still feels like it even in my late 20s. Anyway, maybe someone's too mired in their own stuff to look up and realize that the movie's fecal matter is waist high for everyone else around them too. You clear your throat and speak with as much consoling gentleness as you can muster, while your head still throbs from where Linares knocked you out. It seems like trying to be Bronya's best friend isn't making Linares very happy. Of course it isn't making me happy. I can't keep her from having other friends, no matter how hard I try. And she's amazing, so of course everyone wants to be her friend. Including you, apparently. You barely even had a chance to miss that knife before it's waving around again. Yikes, your relationship with Bronya is nothing like her relationship with Linares. You don't count as any kind of competition. Bronya is one of many friends to you, and while you cherish her and support her endeavors, you appreciate the joy and fulfillment that come from her having many different friends instead of depending on a single person to meet all your emotional needs. Aw, I like that. I like that. Sounds fake. Why would I ever want any friends besides Bronya? She's my whole world. Okay, but it seems like it's painful for Linares to be relying on Bronya to be her whole world when Bronya isn't doing the same in return. Has Linares ever talked to Bronya about any of this? No. Never. I'm terrified to tell her how I feel. Being her best friend feels awful. But losing her would be much worse. I can't take that risk. But if Linares never talks to Bronya about her feelings, she'll always be unhappy because she wants more. Hold on. Okay. Checking phone. Even if she thinks that it's unlikely that Bronya feels the same way, maybe open communication with her friend could help Linares process her feelings and move on. You know that Linares has a big blood pusher and many fine qualities, and she doesn't deserve to be stuck in this unhappy, unrequited relationship purgatory forever. Wow. You really think I have fine qualities? You try really hard not to think about the glint of that knife. Sure, Linares has positive qualities. She seems loyal and well-organized and studious and caring. Some troll out there is going to want the same kind of closeness from her that Linares is looking for, and she owes it to herself to take actions that could lead to happiness, instead of being stuck in a sad situation forever. I don't know. Maybe you're right, and maybe you're wrong. But I don't want to move on. Even if I know I should. I want to be with Bronya forever. Linares crumples to the ground, dropping the knife and sobbing into her hands. It's hard to watch someone in this much distress and not want to help them, but on the other hand, her misery has distracted her. This might be your only chance to try to escape. Oh gosh, I want to comfort. But I'm remembering the basement though from the first one where apparently escaping was the right thing to do, but I think comfort is what she wants. You remember what you did for Polypa when she was upset. Sitting in a chair with both hands tied behind you doesn't make for ideal shoosh-papping conditions, but maybe you can approximate the gesture. Linares is huddled crying on the floor, and you think you could maybe get close enough to lean your knee against her back or something. Hopefully that would be interpreted in the same way as a classic palm-to-cheek move. You inch your chair closer to her, but you lose your balance and wobble and topple forward. Oh geez, are we on top of her now? Linares' discarded knife is right there, sharp edge ready to plunge right into your incoming soft body, but then Linares moves quickly and grabs your chair and saves your life. Oh crap! That was a close one. You really could have died. She stares at the knife with huge round eyes, clearly shaken up by your near-death experience just now. Considering how often you nearly die these days, you feel more blasé about it. But you're glad it's having an impact on her if she makes her rethink the whole kidnap and stab thing. I'm so sorry. I don't want you to actually die. I saw what you were doing with that chair when you fell. You were trying to do the traditional seated frond hinge shush pap because I was upset. It's very kind of you to try to console me. I never really thought you were a sea dweller, you know. Maybe what I'm doing is wrong. Oh, we're down to 0 stabs! Yay! Linares sets her jaw with conviction, and with one slash cuts you free from your bonds. You get to your feet, stumbling a bit because your leg fell asleep. You can't believe you're getting out of the situation without any blood loss. You feel positively elated about this turn of events, but Linares still looks sad. You're free to go. You must think the worst of me after all this. Well, you're not gonna lie, this isn't the best start to a friendship you've ever had, but horrifyingly enough, also wasn't the worst. You feel for Linares, and you want to show her how real friend-making aficionado gets out there and meets new people. You think making new friends could help her feel less clingy about Bronya. Oh, you would really do that for me? I'm not sure how to make new friends, but you do seem to know what you're talking about. You don't know where to go with Linares to teach her how to make friends. She's probably a bit too uptight to enjoy the music clubs you've been to, and you don't think the troll studying in the book hive would take too kindly to a lot of loud, friendly conversation. Oh, you don't go to the place where Elward goes. Sweet. You decide to go to the cafe that Elward introduced you to. Thankfully, they're not having excessively bodily forced poetry night, since you're not sure that would be Linares' scene. There are a couple of ceruleans here, but you also spot a few indigos and teals and a cluster of defiant-looking olive bloods with some yellows, all sitting together. The crowd is overall less pierced and undercut than it would have been if you were here with Elward, and the vibe is laid back, with all the trolls just sitting around and quietly chatting. Oh, we still on this, okay. You ordered the drinks, already taking for granted your newly acquired skill of reading troll language. Linares fidgeting when you sit down with her. This may come as a shock to you, but I don't get out of the caverns very much. I don't have the time. There's so much to learn about jade blood life and troll reproduction. And Bronya needs my help to maintain order. It's not very often I have to, interact with trolls of other blood colors. You're not sure what's making her uncomfortable. The trolls around here that are lower than her on the Hema spectrum, or the ones that are higher? You worked out by now that jades are right in the middle, so maybe Linares identifies with neither the haves or the have-nots. From what you remember, neutrality is a big concept with jades. You assure Linares that it's natural to be a little nervous. Most people feel like they're stepping out of their comfort zone when they make a new friend. If there's one thing you've learned as Alternia's resident friend-making expert, it's that terror and embarrassment are par for the course, but it's worth it in the end. I'm not nervous or embarrassed. It's just, I don't know. Everyone seems disorganized and suspicious and untrustworthy and unknown. You have to bite your lip to keep from laughing. It's not even funny. It's just that Linares is hissing all her words and leaning towards you and glaring at the rest of the room in an overall effect that is weirdly endearing. Like someone put a 1950s school uniform on a feral cat. Before you can try again to reassure her, a new troll ambles up to your table. She looks friendly. That's a friendly amble. She's wearing glasses and carrying a book bag and has a teal symbol on her shirt, and she might be a nerd like Linares. This could be a good start. Good friend match. Person's called new friend. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Okay. Okay, it's another girl because this is an all-girls group, all-girls coffee shop. So, hi guys. I think I've seen you around before. Do you also study at the book hive? You open your mouth to invite this new friend to sit down, but before you respond, Linares interjects. That's not any of your business, is it? Why do you even want to know? Obviously, anyone who goes to the book hive or studies to go there to study goes for the peace and quiet. So why are you even think you can bother us just because you've recognized us from there? Okay, geez. My bad, never mind. See you around, never. Just like that, a golden opportunity for friendship has gone in a puff of smoke. What is Linares thinking, being so rude? Doesn't she always want to learn how to make new friends? I changed my mind, okay? There's no way I could be friends with any of the people here. I don't know them. Not like I know you. You're surprised to hear that Linares feels so positive about you when she was ready to stab you an hour ago. She takes her hand in both her hands, squeezing your fingers tight. I know we didn't get off to a great start, and that's my fault, but I can make it up to you. We're friends now, and we'll be friends forever. And I will call anyone who ever thinks about trying to mess with you. This is not quite the lesson you had hoped to teach her about making friends, but maybe with fierce loyalty and possessive streaks spread between you and Branya, Linares can be a little bit more low-key with being a friend to both. The determined look in her eyes and the ominous glint of her glasses doesn't scream low-key, but change doesn't always happen overnight, and you believe in second chances. You believe that Linares will be capable of healthy friendship someday. Friendship! Why does her knife have blood on it already? That's a little creepy. Okay. Anyway, did we complete all the routes, Foldies? Yes, we did. Hooray! We got Mr. Robot and You Belong With Me. Okay. That seems like a good point to end off for now. Under an hour, too. What do you know? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time for the next part of Friendsim. Bye!
Hey there. Consider becoming a patron, just like the phenomenal Gerald Thomas, Bleed Red, and Alexander Madeline.